Hello and welcome to the Cub Scout Pack Program Planning Webinar. I'm glad you could join us. My name is Eric Peterson and I serve as the Director of Field Service overseeing the field operations in the Bay Lakes Council. My contact information is there on the screen in case you have any questions. You can either email me or give me a call. This information will also be listed at the end of the webinar for you to write down if you need to. We appreciate you being with us today to talk about unit program planning. We find that planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. Quality scouting programs begin with program planning. Unit program planning is an annual process where a unit invites all families to have input in their program and unit and activities of the unit. It is also the process of selecting grade activities, developing a unit calendar and budget, and then sharing that plan with all of the families. In today's webinar, over the next 20 to 25 minutes, we'll be covering these topics. Why program planning? Talking about the Journey to Excellence program, what materials are needed and the available resources, the steps to success, and then after we plan the program, how do we fund that program so all the boys have a great time? And then finally, communicating that plan to the parents and the leaders and anybody else who we feel is important that needs to learn about our annual plan. So to begin, we've all heard the adage, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And we certainly don't want you to fail in Cub Scouting. And so what we would like to do is to remember that scouting is fun with a purpose. It's a program for the entire family. And a well-planned program will make it enjoyable for all scouts and their families and to keep them involved in the program. It will also make it easier to find other adults to help volunteer and to run the many different activities throughout the year. Now, some of you may have heard of Journey to Excellence, or sometimes it's referred to as JTE. Journey to Excellence has been around for a couple of years, and for those of you who have been in scouting for 2 or 3 years, you may be more familiar with the Quality Unit Award. Well, this Journey to Excellence Award replaced that Quality Unit Award. This is an award for any Cub Scout pack throughout the country to earn. It's also a recognition of a very strong program. And if followed, then that pack will be one of those top packs throughout the country. It's also an outline for success, and so because of that, we would like you to use this tool as part of your program planning. Now, there are 13 key elements to Journey to Excellence. As you can see on the screen, it ranges from advancement to trained leadership to outdoor camping, fitness, WeGo to scout transition, and the like. For those of you who may not be familiar with this, there is a scorecard that you can keep track of your progress. And so what I'd like you to do is show you that scorecard and talk a little bit about how it works. Now, for those of you familiar, like I said, with the Quality Unit Award, it was kind of a pass-fail. You either earned that award or you didn't earn the award. One of the differences in this Journey to Excellence system is that it works similar to the Olympics, where there is a bronze, a silver, or a gold level. And so as you can see, there are these 13 objectives. And so let's just take advancement, for example. That we want to accomplish in our Cub Scout pack. And so if 40% of our Cub Scouts advance at least 1 rank, then we will have earned the bronze level. And then if you go over, you can see that each level, bronze, silver, or gold, has some correlating points. So if we earned the bronze level, that would gain us 100 points. If we then want to go on and have 75% of our Cub Scouts advance during the year, then we would earn 400 points. Going down the activities, we take a look at, say, service projects. And we want our PAC to participate in service projects? Well, if we do 2 service projects throughout the year, that will earn us 50 points. If we do 4, that will earn us 200 points. And so what you can do is, as you plan your program, you can look at all these different objectives, and then you can make that part of your planning process, so that at the end of the charter year, you can take a look and say, how did we do in each of these areas? You can note the points that you've earned, and then as you scroll down and you complete this form, you then add up all the points in the bronze, in the silver, and in the gold columns, and then add those up to find out what your total points are. And then, as you can see, if you've earned at least 700 points, you are a bronze PAC. If you've earned 1,600 points or more, then you're a gold PAC. Now, if you have any questions on those requirements, the second page kind of gets into a little bit more detail, explaining how you qualify for those different areas. And so we would encourage you to utilize this and to make this a part of your planning process. Now, there are various key people that you need to make sure that are included as you plan your annual program. Those people that should be attendance are the PAC committee members, the den leaders, the cub master, assistant cub masters, the parents, and then optional but certainly encouraged, the chartered organization representative, that person that acts as a liaison between your Cub Scout PAC and the organization that charters or sponsors your PAC. And then there's also a unit commissioner, and this person is a volunteer, a scouting volunteer that has experience in scouting. Probably has been involved in Cub Scouting in the past, maybe as a parent or a leader, and has then volunteered his or her time to work with your Cub Scout PAC to be a resource person. And so those are the people that you should invite to be a part of that planning process. Then next, we need to gather materials. We need to make sure that we have that Journey to Excellence scorecard that I showed you earlier, a blank calendar for the 2013-14 year. What activities is the council and the district going to provide this year? And we'll show you where you can access that. And then taking a look at the school calendars, the church calendar, if you're sponsored by a church, or if a majority of your kids attend a certain denomination, what activities are happening. And then any community calendars. For example, the community that I live in, it's a smaller community, so we just have one Cub Scout PAC. And so many of the boys are involved in a variety of school activities, whether it be band or choir or sports. We have various parades throughout our community, and so we want to make sure that we're visible, and also we don't conflict with any school activities or church activities. And so we want to make sure that we include those calendars in our PAC calendar. And then there's a family talent survey that we want to get from all of our parents. And let me just show you that in case you're not familiar with what that is. This is a great resource for you to use. And I'll again show you where this is located on our council's website. But each parent or family member in the PAC should fill this out, as well as members of your chartered organization, so that you can find out what resources are available to you as leaders. Maybe you decide that you want to do something with a radio or electricity. One of your Webelos leaders wants to do that, but they're not very adept in that area. So you take a look at the parent and talent survey, you find out that one of the families has that expertise, and so you invite them to come and be that expert either at the PAC meeting or at the DEN meeting, so they can help out. And so there's a variety of resources that are available to you by you having these families fill them out, and then the PAC committee keeps those to make sure that they know what's available to help with the Cub Scout program planning. All right, so that's a resource that you can use as well. And then taking a look at the last year's PAC annual program, if you do have one. Obviously, if this is your first year and you don't have one, you can't look at that. But look back and to see what your PAC did and evaluate that. There are also lots of resources are available to you. We have our brand new Bay Lakes Council website, which I'll show you in just a second. We also have the national website at scouting.org. You can go on there to find lots of different resources. There are thousands of Cub Scout packs around the country that have pack websites. And many packs and their leaders go out there on the internet to find out what packs are doing across the country, to borrow those ideas to use them in their own pack program. There's a unit budget sheet which will show you after you plan your program, you find out how much it's going to cost, then how do you figure out how you're going to earn that money. In correlation with that, we also have council-sponsored fundraisers. We have the popcorn sale, or we have the battery sale, which will help provide the money needed to provide that program. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have unit commissioners that are available that your pack can call if you have questions. And then we also have the council staff, whether it be the office staff that will help with advancements or camping, things along that nature, or our professional staff that's located in every district throughout the council. Our district executives are there to help as well. So let's take a couple of minutes and take a look at our newly redesigned website. So again, if you go to the website, I'm going to show you a couple of things on here to hopefully help you out in your planning process. First of all, there's the calendar function. So if you take a look and you click on the calendar, up will come the various events that are happening around the council. Now, you can see the drop-down box. You can pick whatever month you want, and then whatever year you want, you can click on that. But this is a great feature right here. Underneath the Bay Lakes Council calendar that's showing right here, you can say, hey, I want to select other calendars. So if you click on that, up will come the various calendars that we have on our website. Let's say that you are part of the Kettle Country District, and so you want to see what activities are happening in that district. You also want to see what is happening in the Bay Lakes Council, and then your pack has decided that they want to go to Camp Rocolio because they've never gone there before, so you want to see when those dates are. So you select whatever calendars you want to see, and then click on the View Selected button. And then what will come up are just those calendars that you've selected. And so, for example, you want to find out what is happening at this spring Mom and Son. And so if you click on it, what will come up is information about that event. There'll be some information, if you're not sure what Mom and Son is, a paragraph about what exactly it is, when it is, where it is, an overview of the program. If you're not sure where Bear Paw Scout Camp is, it'll give you a map. And then you can actually even register online for this event. And so this is a great feature that we have added to this. And so while this website is still under construction, you may click on something where not a lot of information is on there, but rest assured we're working to make sure that there's great information so that you can register for events and see what's happening. So again, that's a great tool that you can use as you plan out your program. You can look at each month and see what activities that your pack wants to participate in. If you go back to the home page, there's a have you customized your profile. You may say, what exactly is a profile? Well, if you've been around the council for a year or so, you'll notice that you used to receive a newsletter that came to your home 6 times a year. And that newspaper no longer comes there because we found that sometimes this newspaper contained lots of activities or lots of information that maybe families weren't really concerned about. And so what we've done is done away with the newsletter and gone to an online information that you can basically customize what information, what news you want that will be sent directly to you in your email. And so if you click on that create a custom profile, it will give you a step-by-step instructions on how you do that. And so we encourage you to go on to the website, click on this, and follow those instructions so that the information that you want as a parent of a Cub Scout or a Cub Scout leader will get sent directly to you. and you're not having to have lots of information maybe about Boy Scouting or exploring or Order of the Arrow that maybe you're not that interested in right now. So we encourage you to do that so that you can get the information that you want and not to overwhelm you. And then finally, the other feature I want to show you is this program feature right here. You can see as you click on the program resources, there's a drop-down box. If you click on the unit program planning, which we're talking about right now, up will come this page, and you'll see that all of the resources and the materials that you need are right here. The scorecard that I showed you earlier, the budget worksheet and the plan, which we'll show you in just a few minutes. There's a program guide. This is kind of a step-by-step guide that the national organization has put out. Now, I will warn you, it's a large file. It's a zip file, but it does include lots of good information. We've included a planning agenda for you to use as you start to prepare your annual program planning. And then an invitation letter that you can send out to all your families, letting them know when this is happening. And then that parent and talent survey form is right here for you to use. So everything you need is right on the website. So you can just click just right on there and get everything that you need to plan out your program. So hopefully that's been helpful for you to take a look at our new website, our new design, and you can utilize it to help you to be successful this year. All right, so we showed you the resources, we showed you where it's available. We need to continue to gather information. Now, as they say, two heads are better than one. And so we want to gather information from the scouts, the den leaders at their den meeting can say, Scouts, what do you enjoy doing? We can get input from the parents, from the pack leaders, from your charter organizations so that we know what's happening. And those people, as they share the information that they'd like to see, they feel a part of the process and they'll want to get more involved in that process. The PAC committee certainly needs to do their homework, gather the dates that we referred to earlier, whether from the council, from the community, from the school, from the church, gather that input from the leaders, the scouts, the parents, again using that parent and family talent survey, reviewing the advancements of each Cub Scout. What do those Cub Scouts need so that when you're planning your weekly and monthly programs or when you're headed out to scout camp, you make sure that the boys are getting what they need to advance. Reviewing the scorecard for Journey to Excellence, and the mini packs also list some goals, some of which are based upon the Journey to Excellence scorecard. Maybe the pack did not earn the Journey to Excellence recognition last year, and so you want to be a bronze pack this year. Or maybe your pack achieved the silver level and you want to strive or go for the gold, as they say. And so listing those will help you in your program conference. And then actually schedule that meeting. When is it going to happen? And then let the parents and families and leaders know when that's going to happen. Now, Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. So obviously, Mr. Lincoln needed to prepare to be able to chop down that tree. Just like we need to prepare to have a successful planning conference. And so it will take some time to gather this information, to get input, to get all this information ready. But we'll find that if you do that, your planning conference will be much more successful. So after you've done all that gathering and preparing, step one is get your blank calendar. We've provided a calendar for you on the website. Take the dates that you've collected from the community, the school, the district, the council, and put them into the PAC master calendar. Add your den meeting dates, add your PAC meeting dates. And then the next step, review what the PAC did last year. What events went well? What events didn't go so well? Did we earn the National Summertime PAC Award? If you're thinking to yourself, well, I have no idea what you're talking about, well, again, use your favorite search engine to type in National Summertime PAC Award, and you'll see what that is. And to let you know that that's an award that PACs can earn, any PAC, by having at least one activity in the month of June, one activity in the month of July, and one activity in the month of August. And again, there's another award that the boys can earn. Talking about the Journey to Excellence Award. Again, if you didn't earn it, maybe something you want to strive for. If you earned a bronze or a silver, you want to strive for that next medal up. Or if you were gold last year, congratulations, and you want to stay gold, that's important that you talk about that. Did our family, did they participate in the resident camp, either at Twin Lakes or Rocolio? If not, make that a part of your program, because the outdoors is a great opportunity to see scouting come alive. And then, did we sell popcorn or batteries? Did we have enough money to fund our program? If not, take a look at that, what you might provide that resource so your families can earn that money that's necessary. And then take a look at the third step, is brainstorm. Talk about the ideas the group wants to do and try to find an activity each month. Again, don't forget those summer months, because it's the best time for scouting. And then start prioritizing the list. You know, when do we want to have the Blue and Gold Banquet? And then put that in the month that you want to do that. When do we want to have the Pinewood Derby or the family picnic, or go to Rocolio or Twin Lakes? Whatever the activities you want to do, start prioritizing those. Take a vote and then add it to the calendar. And then what will happen is you will then see your calendar come together with all the school, the community dates, put the holidays on there so you don't forget when Christmas and Halloween and things like that are. Put your den and pack meeting dates, any activities you want to do. Now, some of these activities that you're doing can be done at your regularly scheduled pack meeting, or maybe you want to have a pack meeting and another activity. Again, it all depends on what you want to do. And then list any district or council activities that you want to participate in. Now, what we find is the successful packs, they assign a coordinator to each of those activities. And that coordinator is a parent, or it could be an entire family that will be responsible for seeing that that activity happens. And so everybody gets involved, and so the PAC doesn't have to rely on just one or two people to run the entire program. And so we encourage you to assign a coordinator for each monthly activity so that everybody can be involved. And finally, after you've put together all your calendar, you have everything that you want to do, you need to figure out, okay, how much is this going to cost us? And so we have provided for you a sample budget. Let me pull that up right now so you can take a look at that. Now, this is a very simple budget. If you have a budget that works for you, great. We encourage you to use that. If you don't, we encourage you to check this out on the council's website. And let me just show you how it works. It's very simple. 3 instructions. First of all, enter all of your activities and the cost per scout under each month. So let's say, for example, that we want to have a service project in the month of October. I can't spell service, but we won't worry about spelling right now. And that's not going to cost us anything. In January, we want to have our Pinewood Derby. So we'll type in Pinewood Derby. We'll say that Pinewood Derby is going to cost us $6 per scout, including the Pinewood Derby and whatever awards. Let's skip down. We're not going to do every single month right now, but we want to go to Camp Rocolio. And so we go to Camp Rocolio. That's going to cost us $130 per scout. And then we take a look at, there's the district Winter Fun Day. And so we're going to type in the Winter Fun Day. And the Winter Fun Day costs $7 per scout. So again, you'd go in, you'd list all the activities, the cost per scout, and then you could enter, okay, the annual registration fee, which is $15, the Boys Life fee, which is $12. Some packs maybe provide a book or a uniform part for that. Let's just say that's going to cost us $5. And then the advancements per scout going to cost us $8. Then what we do is we go back up to the top. We put in our troop, or excuse me, our pack number. We then enter the number of scouts that we have in our Cub Scout pack, which is 25. And then the unit commission. And now this unit commission comes from the council-sponsored fundraisers, whether it be the popcorn or the battery sale. So let's say that we're going to hit all the incentives and we're going to have a commission of 38%. So after you've entered all the different activities, then you'll scroll down and you'll see that based upon what we've entered, it's going to cost our pack just shy of $4,600 to have all of these things that we've planned. And it'll cost each scout $183 for what we've entered so far. Now, it'll factor in the unit sales goal. So we need to sell a little over $12,000 in popcorn, which means that each scout needs to sell just shy of $500 in popcorn and batteries. And then that will give us the commission that we need to provide all the program that we have planned this year. So again, it's a great tool for you guys to use as a PAC committee and then communicate that budget to the parents so that they understand when that popcorn and battery sale comes around that if every scout sells $481.58 in popcorn, then everything on our annual calendar will be paid for. So that's a great tool that you can use, and I hope you utilize that as well. Now, if you do have a budget from last year, we encourage you to review the income and expenses just to make sure that things are going well. And if you decide to do a fundraiser that's not a council-sponsored one, there is a unit money earning application that you can take a look at and fill out to make sure that you follow the guidelines that our national organization has outlined. And then, like I said, I mentioned the council-sponsored fundraisers. There are many PACs out there that they just do one fundraiser. They do the Trails End popcorn and the battery sale, and that funds their entire year's worth of scouting. So it's a great resource for you to use. Now, you may ask, and it may seem obvious to you, what is the money for? Well, it's for a program. It's providing those Pinewood Derby cars or the camping experience and whatever that might be. And again, you might be thinking that's very obvious. But we want to just encourage the Cub Scout PACs to earn or to use that money that they have earned in their fundraisers for program. Now, we bring this up because in my career as a professional scouter, I've lived in different councils. I've talked to various Cub Scout PACs around the different states that we've lived in, and unfortunately some Cub Scout PACs call up and say, you know what, we're just not getting adults, we're not getting kids, they're not interested, and so we've got to fold our Cub Scout PAC. And so we go and meet with the leaders, we go and meet with the charter partner, and during that discussion we find that this PAC and literally some PACs that have folded have $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in their PAC checking account. And we just wonder, what would have happened if that money that was in the checking account was used to provide program for those boys. Those boys could have gone to camp, if the boys could have received a Pinewood Derby car or gone to a baseball game or what have you. Chances are that PAC would still be around and those kids would still be enjoying scouting. And so, again, we just encourage you to use the money that's raised to provide that program that you're going to plan for. So that's just vitally important. And then finally, after we plan the program, after we budget, and we need to communicate that plan. We need to make sure that all of your families and your chartered partner know what's going on. So whether you use an email system, whether you have a PAC website that you communicate that plan, whether you use the old-fashioned way of snail mail and mailing it out to everybody, it's important that you do that. And there's many benefits. You'll certainly have a better attendance at your activities. More people will want to be involved. New families that join will know that they are joining a well-run, quality program, and your retention of youth and adults will increase. And then by sharing your calendar with the district, it will also help them promote your PAC to new families that will want to join, and it can also be used as an example to show new PACs what a good calendar looks like. And so again, we encourage you, after you've gone through this process, to make sure that you communicate so everybody knows what's happening and when. Now, this gives you hopefully a simple overview of a very important part of the Scouting program, and that is annual planning. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. Again, if you have questions, I encourage you to email me or give me a call. The information is there on your screen. You can email me anytime. You can call me, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Now, our goal is that every PAC in the Bay Lakes Council gets trained in program planning. And so I would invite you right after the webinar, if you would please take a minute and email me your name and your PAC number so that your PAC can be counted as being trained. Again, the email address is on your screen, and so we invite you to do that so your PAC can be counted. And we also want to make sure that this webinar was helpful. This is the first time that we have used this process to have program planning training, and so we want your feedback, and so we invite you, if you wish, to include any comments in your email as well. Again, thank you very much for your participation, and good luck with your PAC's annual planning conference this year.